You're thinking, it's the summer holidays. The children are home for 7 weeks. What do I do with them and where do I take them up in London? Haha, let us help you. Are you ready? Stick with us. Here we go. Here we go. Have we got 5 different things for you? And we're going to start off with street food. Not only are we going to give you suggestions, but we're going to give you some places within those suggestions as well. So here we start off at Borough Market. Now the great thing about taking kids to street food is that you know what it's like. One person likes one thing, one person likes another, and someone else likes something completely different. Well, with street food, there's, like here at Borough Market, lots of places you can go and everyone can eat what they really fancy. As you'll see with all of these places, there's a great variety. And also, most of the places that we're going to cover for street food, like Borough Market, are undercover. The great thing I love about Borough Market is this seating area that you can just see over in the distance here, which you can just go, take your street food, go, sit and eat. Often a problem when you're balancing shopping or anything else that you're carrying, together with drinks, food, etc., before then dropping it all over the floor and then having to buy more. Borough Market is just a great place to come and have a look at what's going on anyway. It's always full of life and there's plenty of places that you can eat. Here we go, that's a fish and chip shop, and if you look down there, there's more places selling street food as well. Borough Market is right by London Bridge Station. Our second place for street food is here, Gabriel's Wharf. Now we have featured this in previous videos because it's along one of our favourite walks, which is on the South Bank, which takes you from Westminster Bridge all the way to London Bridge, and it's halfway through it. And also there's a great beach around here as well. So Gabriel's Wharf hasn't quite got the selection of Borough Market, but it's still got quite a selection. So if you're doing the walk, this is a great place to come, stop and get some food as well. For reference, Gabriel's Wharf is right underneath the Oxo Tower on the South Bank. Another one of our street food markets is Spitalfields Market, and look how busy this place is. Loads and loads of selection, and again, it's another great place that's undercover. So if you've got a rainy day and you want to get street food, here or Borough Market are definitely your places to go. The other great thing about here as well is there's plenty of tables. So if you are waiting for an event or something you're going to attend and you're looking to kill some time with some food and just sit back and take it easy while swiping your phone, Spitalfields Market and the tables they've got set up is a great place to do that. As you can see, there's quite a selection, and we haven't seen everything yet. Also, Spitalfields Market not only is indoors, but also has quite a market, as you can see here, for lots and lots of other things as well. So it's one of those places you can come, have your food, and then maybe have a sneaky look round the shops. If you are looking to come here and take in the shopping, it's worth having a look on their website for Spitalfields Market to see which days are the key days that they have their market in place. Spitalfields Market is on the edge of the City of London. It's about a 2 or 3 minute walk from Liverpool Street Station, and Brick Lane is not that far away as well, so it really is sort of sandwiched between the city and the East End. There are other places across London, but these are the places that we've tried out and I think are probably the best ones for family friendly. Whatever you do go for, enjoy the food, but there's a great selection, so happy queuing for all the different selections. The second thing that you can do in London during the summer is to visit any of the many exhibitions that are going on. During the summer, there seem to be many more exhibitions going on, and a lot of them are child-friendly ones as well. So it's worth having a look and see what's going on. And of course you can Google to see what's happening in London. Also, don't forget London Lookabout on this channel, where we upload a video telling you what's happening in London for the next month on the last Wednesday of each month. So don't forget to have a look there, because we'll give you some tips and clues and some things to do as well. Now, this exhibition that you're looking at was at Somerset House, which is on the end of the Strand, and was placed here for the month of June. And believe it or not, this is normally a wide open space, but for this exhibition they decided to plant 400 trees from across Europe to make it into a green space. It is quite incredible, some of the exhibitions that they've put on, and a lot of them can be free. So it's also worth having a look just to make sure, see if there's any entrance prices, because if you're taking a family up to London, it can be quite expensive. Now, this one here that was put on was free. And not only could you look around the outside of this, you could go in and there was an interactive display in the middle of all these trees as well. So do have a good look round. Also, one thing to be aware of, the London weather can be quite temperamental, so if you're thinking about an outside exhibition, just bear in mind the weather. And if you're going inside and it's raining, it's going to be busy. Our third thing to do in London during the summer is Crazy Golf, and there's quite a few different venues that have got this set up. Here we're at Granary Square Cold Drops Yard, which is behind King's Cross, where they've completely redeveloped the area that used to be old railway sidings. And as you can see, as you walk around the shops, there's lots of different places where you can do Crazy Golf. I love the fact that they've made use of the stairs, so you start this hole right up there and then you finish on the one that you've just seen. Now, if you want to do Crazy Golf, there's loads and loads of places that you can go to do this. Now, as I said, this one's behind King's Cross. We know they're also doing it during the summer over at Canary Wharf as well. But if you Google Crazy Golf in London, you'll be able to find all the different places that you can do it for a small fee. Great fun, easy to get to and outside. Our fourth thing to do is this, and we recently covered this in a video, a treasure hunt around London. Now, we got this through treasuretrails.co.uk, cost us £10 and kept us entertained for nearly a couple of hours, whilst only walking about 1.5 miles, so not a great distance, but we had a great time solving the clues. The clues are not overly difficult, providing you read them properly, and I did it with Jaden, who's 10 years old, and he solved most of the clues whilst we were doing it, but you can do it from age 6 upwards, so it's another great family thing. When you pay your £9.95, you get your treasure hunt sent to you online, and you can download it and print it off and then turn it into the little booklet, which you can see. Not only was it a great way to get outside, but we also found it was a great way to discover little bits of London that we hadn't been to before, or we hadn't been to for quite a long time. So it was great to sort of refresh and find those places again. We also found, because it was us against the clues, there is no time on it at all. So you take as long as you want to within the timescales you've got. When we were doing our one, which is this, which is all around the Covent Garden area, we just took it easy. And also at one point we said, should we have a pizza? Because there was a lovely smell. So you can really, really take it easy and have fun. But that sense of accomplishment at the end is also brilliant. So if you fancy doing this, you go to www.treasuretrails.co.uk, and I've put the info on the screen for you as well. Download, pay £10 and download it, and then go and have some fun. A great way to get out in London. The fifth and final thing that you can do is get out to any one of London's parks. Now, in this, we've covered 6 different parks for you, starting here at Regent's Park, and we're right by the big lake. Now, as you can see, there's plenty of wildlife, but not only that, during the summer, you can go boating on a lot of the lakes around London as well, which is also another great adventure when getting out and about. Regent's Park is really easy to get to, and the closest stations are St John's Wood, but actually the better one is Baker Street. Also, when you find you go to some of the larger parks, they also have places where you can go and have a cup of coffee and sit and watch the world go by. In some of these places as well, sometimes it's hard to remember that you are in central London, as witnessed right over in the far distance, that being the Post Office Tower. One of our favourite parks we wanted to feature is this, St James's Park, because not only is it situated in a great place, but you also get a chance to see these pelicans as well. The park is not massive, but at one end you have this, Buckingham Palace. So if you're coming up to London and really want to take in some tourist sites, this is definitely one to see. Also, you find the pelicans sometimes not only on the rock, but also wandering around the paths. So you do have to watch out where you're going. There's also some fantastic views from St James's Park around the whole back of Whitehall. You can also, when you stand on the Blue Bridge, which goes right across the middle of the lake, get a magnificent view not only of Whitehall, but also the London Eye in the background. Right, if it's magnificent views you want, then this is definitely the place to come. Greenwich Park. To get here, you have to go on the Docklands Light Railway, come to Greenwich and just walk up through the park to get to the top of the hill here, which is right by the Royal Observatory. But as you can see by these views, once you do get up there, it is absolutely incredible. By the way, if you've got a small pair of binoculars, bring them with you because you really will get a chance to see London across the city and also across the Docklands to the O2. Not only that, because Greenwich is right there on the River Thames, you can see the boats going up and down. Whilst you're here, there are other things you can do, like you can visit the museum down here, which is the Greenwich Maritime Museum, but also you've got the Royal Observatory, which is right by where we're standing, which is another great place to come, which we will put in future videos. Here's a London visited tip for you. If the weather's good, it will be busy up here. But if you get up here at a decent time and maybe bring a picnic, which you can get as you're coming through Greenwich High Street, come and sit up here and just watch the world go by and take out the different views and see how many of them you can recognise. And this is a brilliant view of the O2, and you can even see the walkway going across the top quite clearly. If you like water, then our fourth park is for you. It's the Italian Gardens over at Kensington Gardens. The nearest station to here is Lancaster Gate on the Central Line. The gardens are situated at the top of the Serpentine, which splits Kensington Gardens and Hyde Park. Now this is one of our little treasures because not many people know it's here. Great thing about here is it's free. Yes, there's no charge to get in here because it's all part of the Royal Parks. There's benches all around, so it's another great place to come down with the children, come and watch the fountains and also have a look at the fish as well, which are all swimming around. And once you've had enough here, you can decide to either go into Hyde Park or alternatively you can go into Kensington Gardens, which of course has Kensington Palace, a giant lake in front of it, which is also a great place to be around. And of course they've recently opened up the Diana Memorial. Now in London there are two Japanese water gardens. We have this one, the Kyoto Gardens at Holland Park, and there's also one in Regent's Park as well. But this is our favourite over at Holland Park. Now Holland Park is a great place to come because not only have you got the Japanese gardens here, which we're showing you now, but there's also a massive adventure playground for the children. So once again, it's a win-win all around. But you can walk all through these gardens, once again they're free, and just look at this waterfall and look at the koi carp as well. Getting to Holland Park is really easy. You've got Holland Park Tube Station, which is on the Central Line, and you've also got High Street Kensington, which is on the Circle and the District lines as well. I don't know about you, but there's just something magical about a waterfall. So coming here and standing on the bridge right in front of the waterfall, yeah, it's definitely worth the trip. Our final park that we wanted to share with you is this one. It's Victoria Embankment Gardens, which is down by the side of Charing Cross and Embankment stations on the north bank of the River Thames. When you go from the Houses of Westminster and you walk along the North Bank towards Blackfriars, there are lots of these garden parks. Now this one, as you can see, is right by Charing Cross, and you can see the London Eye there. But these little parks are tucked away. Not many people know about them, but there's some great space. There's also adventure things to do. The reason you've got these garden areas around here is because this is where the Thames used to flow to before they decided to redevelop the area. With places like Trafalgar Square and Horse Guards Parade no more than about a 3-minute walk away, you really are in the centre of London. I really hope that's given you some ideas of what to do with your children during the summer holidays. And if you want some other ideas, I'll put a playlist up in the top right hand corner of things to do with children in London, and click on that and I'll see you in there.